Hey guys, it's Mark from WP Mayor. In this video, we're going to be reviewing a WordPress plugin called CSS Hero. CSS Hero is a great tool that anyone with or without any knowledge of CSS can use to customize his or her WordPress site. It includes a long list of CSS features that can be modified, along with some useful tools that any web designer would certainly appreciate. We'll be going through all of them as we go along. Now, all changes made with CSS Hero use a simple point and click interface right on the front end of your site. All the changes made to the CSS are shown live, meaning you get instant gratification, and you can change anything from a simple font to a background image to margins, padding, and so on. All the changes you make can be saved and in turn stored in a history folder, from where you can even select certain changes to go back to. Besides this, you can even store design presets, and you can use these for A/B testing or directly with your clients. And one of the most important features I found was the ability to check and correct how a theme looks on multiple devices. You can make specific changes to your site for only mobile or tablet devices. This gives you the freedom to create great looking, responsive WordPress websites, something that's becoming very important in today's web world. Now, CSS Hero is not directly compatible with all WordPress themes and plugins as yet. In fact, on their site you'll find a list of compatible themes, each of which has its own demo that lets you use CSS Hero on that particular theme to see what it's like to make changes to that theme that you'll be using. There's also a list of compatible plugins, including Formidable Forms, Design Modo Cards, Visual Composer, WooCommerce, Gravity Forms, and so on. And you also have documentation, and in this documentation you have a simple configuration of how to make your theme hero ready. So you can use any WordPress theme, even though it's not directly compatible, and with a few configurations it will be CSS Hero ready. Now, once you've purchased the plugin, you will head to your dashboard, and from here you can download the latest version of the plugin. You can view your documentation, your licensed sites, your further readings, you have recent discussions, anything you need is right here. And once that's done, you'll head to your website. In my case, I'll be using CSS Hero on my local server, and I'll be using the 2015 theme, which is in fact compatible with CSS Hero. Installing the plugin is simple. You just head to the plugin section as usual, add new, upload the folder, and activate your license. And once that's done, if you head to the front end of your site, you see how basic it is, and you see CSS Hero in the top right. Once you click on this, you've activated CSS Hero. Let's have a look at what the CSS Hero menu actually includes. So we're going to skip the first button and I'll come back to that. The next one is the screen. Here you can switch between your desktop mode, which you're in right now, the tablet mode, which will show you the site as it will appear on a tablet, as well as on a mobile phone. Up next, you've got the history, all the changes you've previously made and saved. You have presets, where you can load previous presets or save presets that you're doing now to your account or locally. You've got tools, which include the ability to reset settings to the theme default, the ability to clear your undo history, and even to show the generated CSS. Next up is a simple sharing option to tweet or Facebook share CSS Hero. Then you got an option to go to full screen mode and to switch CSS Hero off. Now we're going to switch back to desktop mode, and let's see what it's like when you actually start using CSS Hero. So if you hit the top button, the blue button, you've activated the editing capability of CSS Hero. And the first thing you have to do is click or right click on any element on the page. And as you see, as soon as you scroll over them, you can select any single one. I'm going to start with the site title. So I've clicked on CSS Hero and I'm given a selection of what I can edit. So from here I can add the site title area, site branding area, the masthead area, or even the site body. Let's start with the site title. You click on that and you're given all the possible changes you can make to the CSS. You have text, background, border radius, size, and so on. You've then got a list of some extra features, which we'll be going through. You've got all the features at once, and you've got the saved changes that you would have made. Now let's start making some simple changes. Let's start with text, for example. The color, you just click here, and you can choose any color you want. Let's say we're going to give it a bit of a dark red. You click out, and you've got the hexadecimal color as well. Now if you click back on this, you'll see colors in use. These will be the colors you'll be using throughout your modifications. So if you want to use the same color on a text somewhere else, once you click on it, you'll find the previous color you've used. You can change font size, so let's say we'll increase that a bit. You can change font family. Let's say we give it, I don't know, Economica. We'll increase font size, again, make it a bit bigger. You can change font weight, font style, text decoration, text transform, can make it completely capital, for example. Anything you want to change in the CSS of the title, you can change from right here. Background, you can make many changes to background color, background image, repeat, attachment size, and so on. You can give it a border with color, radius, style. You can change the size, the width and height, change the margins and padding around it, change its position, its lists, and then you have some extra features. These extra features will include something like box shadow. So you give your title any shadow you might want. We're going to give it none for now. You can change box sizing, the z-index, the opacity. You can make it float. You can change the display style, inline block, list item, you can inherit. All these changes can be made from here. And once you hit save, CSS Hero, the title has been changed. Okay, so now that we've seen how simple it is to make a change to your website theme's CSS, let's make a few more changes. So let's say we're going to change the site description. Hit the site description, choose site description. We'll choose text, we'll choose a color, and we'll make it the same red as we had earlier. We'll increase the font size a bit, and that's enough for now. We'll save it. And now if we head to the history, we'll see it's the latest change that we've made. And we can go to previous ones also. Now if we head back into it, let's say we're going to choose site description again. And we want to make a change, we want it to be italic. So if we head to site description, if we go to saved, we'll see the changes we've made already. Now we go to text, and we'll italicize and save. And that's a new change saved. Now let's change a bit of the background, make it a bit of a different color. So let's choose the side first. We hit side and make it a light gray. And we'll save that. We'll take the recent posts, take the entire thing, which is the sidebar widget, hit sidebar widget, text, and it's changed nothing. So let's go back. Okay, Let's choose the entire widget. So let's choose the sidebar links. Now when we hit the sidebar links, hit text. Now we can change the color of those links in particular. Make them also red, a bit different this time. And we can save that. Okay, now let's change the color of the site body's background. So if we click anywhere on the background, can choose either the main content area or the entire site body. Let's hit site body and make it a bit of a darker gray. Give it a bit of a contrast. And that's made no change again. Sorry, that's text. Head to background. Background color, now we can choose a darker gray. We'll save that. Now let's say you want to change the way the blog posts are showing. So you click on entry, choose entry. Now text, let's align it centered. Let's give it a bit of a different color. Once again, keep to the red theme. Let's choose the color we used for the recent post links. Okay, that's good enough, and you can save. And let's change the title. The entry title link, or the entry title. We're going to choose the title link. So we go to text again, change the color, give it the first red that we used earlier. And let's say we want to give it a border. So we'll give it a border style, straight border. Rather, actually, let's give a border to the entire entry. So we'll save the title and we'll choose the entry again. There we go, hit border, and we'll give it a straight line border. You either have a dotted border or a dashed border. Let's choose the solid, increase the border with a bit. And as you can see, it's increasing all around. And you can even do it individually for top, right, left, and bottom, as you wish. We'll save that. And there you go. You've now changed the look of your entire site with just a few points and clicks. Last but not least, earlier we mentioned the tablet and mobile views. So let's see what it's like to make a change just to one of those views. So you have tablet, you can see how it responds, and you have the mobile view. Now mobile view, you see that it doesn't look as good as it does on a desktop, so let's make some changes to it. So let's start editing. Now anything we edit here is only being changed for the mobile view. So let's start the site title. Text is a bit too big, as we can see. So we can reduce the font size. That's better. We'll save that. As you can see, the mobile logo here. So it's only changing and saving for the mobile. Let's make a change to the entry. We head to entry. Can make some changes to the padding. So we're going to increase the margin on the right, and we're going to increase the margin on the left. So a bit of the background can be seen. And you notice that the text is a bit big for the box. So what we're going to do is hit the text and decrease the font size a bit. That's better. So now you see when you scroll down, it's still legible, but the important thing is the title. We play around with padding a bit, give it a bit more padding on the right and left. And some padding at the bottom. Nope, there's no need for that. Let's save it as this. There we go. Now let's change something on the main contents area. Okay, main contents area. If we head to margins, we can increase the margin at the top so that it won't start directly underneath the masthead area. And if we head to the bottom of the site, we'll do the same. So there'll be a bit of spacing there. And we can save that as is. And that's good enough for now. You can see we've made changes to how the blog posts appear and how the entire site appears on a mobile device. Now if you head to your tools, you'll see the show generated CSS. If we click on this, we'll see the minified CSS or the normal CSS, all the changes that we've made. You can copy and paste these anywhere and export them as you wish. Okay, so having seen how CSS Hero works, its functionality, its point and click functionality in particular, and the power of all the features that it has, it's very safe to say that it's one of the best CSS modification WordPress plugins out there. Their support and the documentation is just as good as the functionality of the plugin. They reply in no time and they have clear and concise answers. The documentation is detailed and it helps you out from anything from installing the plugin to making any WordPress theme compatible with CSS Hero. So if this is something that you're looking for and it's a functionality that you want to include in your website or on your client's website, it's something that we definitely recommend. And having used similar plugins ourselves, I have to say this is definitely one of the best WordPress plugins for CSS modifications. I hope you enjoyed this review and you found it helpful, and thank you very much for listening.